Well. Good morning to all zero of you. Hey, if you're picking this up in Finkel, I'm simulcasting to the Finkel Dunking Show. I'm going to drop Finkel and just singly stream to the Finkel Dunking Show. So I'm going to drop that now. If you see this over at Finkel, come on over to the Finkel Dunking channel. All right, let's drop that. All right. Now we are just on the Finkel Dunking Show, and we have zero. I thought as I sit here and sip my coffee before we get to working on the roof, I'd trash out our government. Okay, zero. All right, maybe I'll watch this later, maybe not. I don't really care. This is a non-monetized hobby because I have a real job. First question, can Musk get it up? Tomorrow, Musk is going to have a third test of that rocket that test 1 and test 2 blew up. And both of those tests closed down commercial and military flights around the Gulf of Mexico. Well, he's going to try it again tomorrow. So if you have plans to travel tomorrow by air, going into or out of or through any A647, amen, brother. If you're planning on using commercial flights tomorrow anywhere around the Gulf of Mexico, some of you might know it as the Gulf of America incorrectly. You may want to reconsider your travel plans because the last two times Musk had a rapid, unexpected disassembly. That's a fancy way of saying the ship blew up because he can't get it up. But what else can we say about that? We'll see about that tomorrow when he tries to get it up. All right. I'm just shouting at the clouds. But if you want to join me, pretty much. Oops. Let's paste. Let's put that little link there. If anybody wants to click on that link, they can join me. I also want to trash the state of Texas. Apparently, half of the legislature just passed a bill enforcing all public schools. According to this bill, we'll have to display the 10 Commandments. That is interesting. Hell, if I was a fourth grade teacher in the state of Texas and this passes the state Senate and gets signed into law by Governor Abbott, whatever his name is, I'd get a little wallet-sized card of the 10 Commandments and tape it to the front of my desk or somewhere where kids won't notice it. Not that I'm opposed to the 10 Commandments, I'm opposed to its mandatory display. You want to display holy scriptures, I say post the United States Constitution. There we go. That's the holy scripture. And it fits all religions in the United States. They're trying to claim, it's historical law. Well, it's pretty much, generally speaking, it's the golden rule, which is, I forgot. Hey, how do I sound? I just realized my hat is resting on my microphone. Am I coming through clear? Should I take my hat off my microphone? Does that change anything there? I just took my hat off. What do we have now? Am I clearer now, or did it not make a difference? I don't think it might. Hell, it might take away some of the tinty sound. All right. No responses. 5x5. Was it 5x5 before I took the hat off? It's 5x5 without the hat. If I put that, it makes a nice hat rack. How about now? The hat is on. Am I still 5x5? What can we say about Trump? Uh, he seems to be very sensitive. Uh, he takes things personally when people reject him. He takes it very personally. Well, I take it very personally when he tries to. Thank you, Howard. I take it very personally when he tries to destroy my Constitution. Uh, oh, the news is showing recent people who've died in Congress this year. Well, there's a bunch of them. They're all Democrats. See, if they were all Republicans, you'd hear the conspiracy theories fly. um, okay, it's on silence. I can't really hear what they're saying about it, but there was like 10 of them. 10 Democrats have died in office in the year 2025. Is that right? I have to look that up when I have time. Paint with hat on. Okay, is coming off. Maybe the hat should go on my head. It's my fuck Trump hat. Okay, thank you for the input. And yeah, a very small crowd. Of course, this is my lesser channel, but Muxer and I talked about it. It seems redundant that I'm putting the same shit on both channels. I think I'm going to leave this one more for dunking on people, whether they're public figures or other YouTube channels or what have you. And sorry, I got distracted by the TV again. And the other channel, the Finkel channel, we can do more of the camera stuff and other conversations. Well, I thought this morning I just want to dunk on Trump and Musk and Texas and all things modern Republican, not necessarily conservative. A lot of people are confusing today's Trumplicans as conservatives. They're not conservatives; they're cheerleaders for a cult, a team, a cult of personality. They really go against the things that they traditionally, as conservatives, stand against. Big government control from the feds. They used to hate that. Making schools get healthy food and get kids exercise. Not a bad idea, but they used to hate that. Buy Teslas. They used to hate that. Now it's the red pill manosphere vehicle of choice is that big, ugly wannabe DeLorean. What's that thing called? The Cybertruck. They used to hate that. Now it's the only way to go. Whatever you drive, you should drive with signs taped in your windows. Fuck Trump, fuck Doge, fuck Musk. That is my opinion. I probably sound a little. Okay, I see their point. They're asking for older incumbents to step aside. That is a tough choice. You have someone very successful, very influential, and they're of age, uh, versus someone who's going to be around a long time. I just something. What happened? Okay, I thought something just happened to my screen. I'm wrong. Okay. What do you guys think about the West Point trophy wife thing? By the way, the trophy wife comments at West Point, that part of the speech has been deleted on the White House official website. Most of the speech is still there, but they deleted the embarrassing part that shows that Trump is even more mentally degraded than Biden was at this point in Biden's term. Now, actually, at this point in Biden's term, he was pretty with it. He was bringing us out of COVID. He was getting the vaccines going. I think by this time, maybe a month or two later, we were no longer afraid of COVID because everyone was getting vaccinated. those who were anti-vax, well, they kept getting sick, and we were like, yeah, I'm sorry, you didn't want the vax? Okay. Maybe a warning to JD from Usha. I'm not sure what that means. JD is Vance. Warning to JD and Usha. Not really sure. Usha. Not sure what you're talking about there, Howard. Um, um, Trying to think about what I just said. Hey, we got a whopping 3 now. Anyway, I'm going to try and save this channel for dunking. And when I say dunking, I'm using YouTube verbiage. Anytime I think, oh, your wife. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, don't get the pretty dumb ones. I mean, if they're pretty and smart, great, but you want the smart woman. Uh, Trouble in paradise, from what I hear. There's been trouble in that paradise for a long time. I don't now, but in the first administration, I had friends and acquaintances who actually worked at the White House and the OEOB. That's that big, ancient-looking building right next to the White House, the Dwight D. Eisenhower Executive Office Building. I think it's its formal name. They call it the old Executive Office Building. I think they call it old because now they have a new Executive Office Building. Because federal government's getting bigger, despite what the Republicans say. Trophy wife equals swallower. Uh, anyway, Melania Trump, she's been knocking boots outside the marriage for quite some time. And Trump's okay with it because early on in the marriage, when he could still get his mushroom up, he was knocking boots outside the marriage. It's kind of an agreement they have. Just don't make it public. But yeah, I miss those days when I had friends working at the White House at the time. Uh, got some pretty interesting information about palace intrigue, if you will, when they had screening matches in the hallway outside the Oval Office or in the entranceway to the Situation Room. I often heard about it before the news did, or I heard about it when the news never did. But yeah, Melania, for a while there, she was knocking boots with a Secret Service agent. Someone, whoever the guy was in charge of her detail, I can't remember. I don't know if that's still ongoing, but if it was going on then, what the fuck? What the fuck, the Kiwi? Yeah, what the fuck? um, how are things on your end of the Pacific? Part of the Pacific, way over there. Uh, we haven't got the design plans yet for the raft that we're going to come. The Kiwi has offered us the sanctuary, refugee status, if we decide to flee the Trump empire over here. I, I I do appreciate that offer. I think we the people are going to handle it. We're slowly waking up. When I say we, I mean collectively. There is movements that when this law passes, when this bill passes the Senate and Trump signs into law, uh, essentially the Constitution will be dead. Well, in a coma. It's going to be up to the people to resurrect it, and I think we're on track for that. I think the summer's going to see some stuff that surprises a lot of people. I can't really go further into detail. One of the funny things about the January 6ers is all of their plans. All of the plans were posted on various social medias. that's how nobody's like myself and my friends knew where to put cameras before it happened. Have you ever heard of the Hotel Harrington? In the days leading up to January 6th, you may find an article or two in various news sources that the Hotel Harrington was shut down. Yeah, that was us. We did that unintentionally. We figured there was more of them than there were of us. They were bringing guns into the Hotel Harrington. We are present and accounted for. I ain't no captain. I'm not even a sergeant anymore. I'm just a civilian, a concerned civilian. We were, I guess, to use a cop term, we were staking the place out. Petty assault with a home base at the Hotel Harrington. It's just a few blocks from the Capitol. The restaurant on the bottom floor, great hamburgers, but I wouldn't eat there. I'd take out because they play nothing but Fox News. But we were keeping an eye on it, and of course, we weren't very stealthy, and we raised suspicion by the way we were monitoring it. And when the authorities realized why we were watching it, they shut it down. Hotel Harrington was shut down until after January 6th. Oh, Jerry Springer's dead? Jerry. All right. Will you all rise and react to the government? Mischief. Yes. Yeah. Want to keep their equal co-government position. It's up to people. The courts are doing a good job, but the courts are feckless. When someone violates a Supreme Court order or a district court order or a Court of Appeals court order, when they violate it, who enforces that? The Department of Justice. Well, who's running the Department of Justice? Trump's puppet. What's her name? Pam Blondie? Or maybe you could get the Department of Homeland Security. Oh, that other bimbo, the one that plays dress up. What's her name? Kristi Noem? They're not going to enforce court orders against Trump and the Trump administration. So the courts are kind of rendered useless. I say we made a mistake when we were developing our government. The U.S. Marshals should be an agency under the judicial branch because they're the ones who enforce the court stuff, usually. Will James Freeman and Bao be the leaders of the revolution? Who's James Freeman? I know who Bao is. Bao is a kind of a comedian. He does the camera thing. He hosts panels, but I think he's more of a. He just likes to goof around and have fun. I don't know who James Freeman is. Leaders of the revolution. Oh. Yeah. I don't. I doubt it. Well, let's just say I'm not familiar with any such names and any such involvement I have. I do not know. Oh, wait, no, he's not dead. Jerry Springer, yes, that Jerry Springer can save the Democrats? Oh, boy. Now we're really in trouble. An op-ed in the New York Times says Jerry Springer can save the Democrats. Oh, boy. Okay. Yeah, that's not the person we need to go up against Trump. So, what do you in the chat think about making teachers push the 10 Commandments in elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools? If this passes, they're not going to have choice. What are your thoughts on that? Wouldn't you rather they post the Constitution? Yeah, there is a delay, and I'm just spurging. I'm just yelling at the clouds. What do you think about Elon Musk getting his rocket up tomorrow? Apparently, they had a launch yesterday, and that launch was successful. But this test rocket they keep testing blew up not once but twice, and the third try is tomorrow. Maybe it's the three tries is a charm thing. Will the people overthrow the government this time? I wouldn't articulate it that way. I would say the people will stop the government from overthrowing the Constitution. Stop them or reverse them. I don't see the people overthrowing the government. Really, how can the people overthrow the government when, according to our laws, the people are the government? We, the people, of the United States in order to form a more perfect union. We, well, that's me and Muxter and James Freeman and Bao. The people of the United States are the government of the United States. It is the Trump handsies who are overthrowing the government. They tried violently on January 6th. That didn't work, and now they're doing it on the sly. Well, actually, right in front of us. I mean, it's pretty obvious. No, we won't overthrow the government. We will stop the government from overthrowing our Constitution. I think I'm getting ready to do some roof work, which at my age does not sound like a lot of fun. Yeah, but got a few minutes if anybody wants to discuss anything. Doesn't even have to be Elon Musking it up or Trump or Musk or Texas. Trump, Musk, in Texas. Yeah, could be anything you guys want to talk about. Howard, Dallin, the Kiwi, you guys got any questions or comments you'd like to throw at me? Or you're welcome to come up. You're welcome to participate from down there. Of course, I'm keeping one eye on the entrance, see when it's time to do some roof patching, not thatching, patching. About 6 months ago, I took sugar out of my coffee habit, and this morning is the first time I'm really wishing I had sugar in my coffee. It's a little bit bitter this morning. Oh my God! Did you guys? Yeah, after we logged off last night, I went to sleep and I couldn't sleep. Turned the TV on, the YouTube on TV, and I was scanning through channels, and the Gauntlet, the Sarah the Raging Tomato was on. She had a full panel. She had 10 people on her panel, and one guy just would not stop yelling transgender stuff, and no one else could get a word in edgewise. He's worse than Brick Jones. But that's suggesting next time one word, decaf. Oh, looks like oh, my signal was okay. What's wrong with the roof? I've got some areas in the roof that are less than watertight. They're not quite the frog's ass. And we only notice it when it rains hard and sideways. When it rains normal, straight down, no problem. But when the wind blows and it rains at an angle, we start getting some drips. Yeah, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let them. Hey, there's someone new in the audience. It's was it some spurgalicious YouTuber said I'm such a lonely boy. At the moment, that spurgalicious person would be right. I am. I'm lonely. Oh, so lonely. I don't know how long I could get up there. Yep, there we go. There's the link. If anybody wants to join me, get some morning coffee or whatever you drink. 12 hours offset there, New Zealand. What was I talking about? Huh. You know what? I think, because I really don't know what to talk about, I'm going to look at the news app. How about those trophy wives? Did I mention the trophy wives? Tile, shingle, or iron roof? We have shingles, or are they called tiles? I'm not a roofer. I'm getting some help with it. We bought the materials the other day. Yeah, the shingles. I'm not sure what a tile is. I've always wanted a tin roof, but yeah, I don't know what that takes. It's an English. Do it DIWH. Do it with help, not do it yourself. I don't know nothing about you roofing. I see the media has finally picked up on what for public safety has been telling us about this new bill would make Trump essentially a king or a dictator because yes, indeed, what for public safety has been telling us is in the bill. And, the courts cannot rule against police or government officials who break the law. NPR and Colorado public radio stations sue Trump White House or over order cutting federal funds. I hear a lot of organizations are doing this. It's not just that the U.S. is in decline, massive cheating in the Indy 500. Oh, wouldn't surprise me. I don't really follow racing. Indy's Formula, right? Is it Formula or is it NASCAR? I don't know much. I lose interest after the first or second lap because to me they're just driving around in big circles. I don't really follow it, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that there's massive cheating going on. I can neither confirm or deny, but if Alan's saying it, I believe it because Alan believes in thorough honesty. At least I think he does. 2 dead, 9 wounded in Memorial Day shooting in Philadelphia. Oh, Philadelphia Inquirer. Don't know anything about that. King Charles is speaking in Canada Day. Here's how it's connected to Trump. Oh, interesting. King Charles II will address Canada's Parliament on Tuesday, a rare gesture that comes as Canada deals with tariffs and annexation threats by President Trump. Oh, okay. Where does the king stand on this? The British monarch, who formerly serves as Canada's head of state, arrived in the capital of Ottawa on Monday, part of a 2-day visit. This widely viewed as a form of pushback against Mr. Trump's calls to make Canada the 51st state. Oh, Canada, the 51st state. I heard someone suggest that the United States could become Canada's 11th province. Does Canada have 10 provinces? I don't know. All I know is about Canada is they have a lesser quality maple syrup than New York maple syrup, and they have pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and dollars that just look funny. At least they drive on the correct side of the road. All right, the king is delivering a speech from the throne, which marks the start of a new session of parliament after the center-left Liberal Party won last month's federal election. Yeah, funny thing is, Canada was leaning towards conservative by double digits in polls, and the Liberal Party won in double digits in actual elections. And the theory is Canada looked down south and saw what the fuck is the United States doing? We can't have that happen here. So they, Trump, thank you for keeping Canada liberal, progressive. 3 of the top 10 finishers disqualified. Wow. Wow. That's the formula or the Indy 500, right? Mm. Well, that's a sport I will never bet on. Oh, wait a minute. I don't bet on sports. All right. Marking the start of Parliament with a speech and is a long-standing tradition in Canada and other former parts of the British Empire. Is that true with Q? Does King Charles come and open your parliamentary session? Do you have a parliament or do you have a Congress? How you guys do it over there? It's highly unusual for the king to deliver the speech himself. Instead, the king's representative in Canada, the Governor General, normally speaks on his behalf. The last time the monarch personally gave the speech was in 1977 when Chuck's mother, Lizzie II, traveled to Canada's capital for the event. Oh, by the way, Chuck and Lizzie are just what I put in there. They actually said their formal names. When Charles's mother, Momsey, Queen Elizabeth II, okay, The speech will take place at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Tuesday. Hey, that's in about an hour. Some watchers of Canadian politics think so, especially as Mr. Trump has repeatedly mused about the United States annexing Canada, stirring strong backlash. Yeah, any sovereign country would have the same reaction. Sometimes the Windsor family arrive and grace us. Oh, yeah. Lizzie Windsor, she once gave me a cricket bat. Secret Service took it away from me because I was going. I was seen heading towards the White House during the first administration, and they said we can't have this. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Whoever's knocking at the door of your Secret Service, I was kidding. Uh, Jared Wesley, a political science protester at the University of Alberta, says the royal visit could be an indication that the king takes Canada's sovereignty seriously. Hmm. Yeah, they were the colonies who didn't rebel. Okay. The explicit threats to Canada's sovereignty probably got the attention of the king and his advisors, Wesley told CBS News. Oh, there is still a CBS News. Apparently, Trump wants to get rid of them, but the visit, I don't get that. MSNBC is far, far more anti-Trump than CBS, but CBS is all Trump's all butthurt about CBS and wants to end their license. Okay, I think MSNBC is far more effective at calling Trump out, but you go with that, Trump. The visit could also play to domestic politics. Wesley says. Mr. Trump's comments have stirred up patriotism in some odd corners of Canada, and the country's status is as a constitutional monarchy, where the king is still technically the head of state, is one major difference between Canada and its neighbor to the south, the one before Mexico. And even though most Canadians are fairly indifferent towards the monarchy, visits by royals always draw interest. Okay. It seems a point of pride and distinction in Canada, said Wesley, who previously served in several roles for Alberta's provincial government. University of Toronto political science professor Elizabeth McCallan said the visit is likely intended as a reminder that we are an independent country and rallying together of Canadians. That's interesting. A reminder that they are independent. They get their former monarch. Okay. Earlier this month, Carney told Sky News. Sky News is a British news agency, I think owned by the same people as Fox News. I'm not sure. The invitation to Charles was not coincidental. In a statement welcoming Charles on Monday, the Prime Minister didn't mention Mr. Trump, but did hint at Canada's distinct identity and historic ties that crises only fortify. Chuck also has a long-standing relationship with Canada, visiting the country over a dozen times before ascending to the throne. Amid a rocky relationship with the United States, many Canadians have looked for signs of support from Charles, taking note of symbolic gestures like the Crown's decision to plant a maple tree at Buckingham Palace. Oh, that's kind of like their version of the cherry trees here in D.C. Earlier this year. Well, that was interesting. How many of you fell asleep? Oh, I see two of you fell off. Okay, so that was not interesting. Sometimes the Windsor family arrive and grace us. Okay. Oh, a black bear spends hours napping in a Langley Park tree. Wow, that's okay. Trump says Putin is crazy. What next for the war in Ukraine? Trump says Putin is crazy? Uh-oh, talking about trouble in paradise. That romantic bromance, uh-oh. Oh, that's an audio thing.
It's Tuesday, May 27th. Shamita Basu. This is Apple News Today. On today's show, some college students are using commencement as a last effort to protest university leadership. How police used facial recognition technology to secretly surveil New Orleans, and the not so fresh names breaking box office records.
Get at it.
But first, Russia's war in Ukraine took dramatic military and diplomatic turns over the weekend. Russia struck Kyiv and launched its largest combined aerial attack since the start of its full-scale invasion in February of 2022, killing at least 13 people. In response, President Trump came out attacking Russian President Vladimir Putin.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all.
Well, gee, Donald, that's because you kind of gave him a nudge and a wink. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. For years now, Trump has been very anti-Ukraine and very pro-Putin. This is interesting. I wonder if it's a stage event. I wonder if it's true. But here's the thing. Because America has become uninfluential in the Ukraine crisis, Germany is stepping up. Germany is now authorizing the greatest knock-knock joke for Putin ever. The long-range rockets and missiles that Germany has provided Ukraine, Germany is now authorized to use Ukraine to use them to strike deep into Russia. That means quite possibly Putin will hear, you'll say, "Who's there?" And they'll say, "Ukrainian German rocket." One can hope. Russia's dictator is worse than ours, and we have a pretty bad one. All right. Trump plans to end federal contracts with Harvard University. What is his beef with Harvard? You know, I'm a hot skip and jump from George Washington. No, George. In fact, they're worse. They're worse in Georgetown. Nothing going after Georgetown, the alma mater of one of his justice picks, Kavanaugh. I like beer. That's what Kavanaugh is famous for. I like beer. I want for me to go to the roof. I'm fixing a hole where the rain comes in. It stops my mind from wandering where it will go. Finland is seeing a surge on their borders like Putin did with Ukraine. Yeah. And Germany sees it. And Germany is not going to stand for it because America, sadly, under Trump, has lost its influential role in the world. With that, I wish everyone a happy Tuesday. And if I don't see you before then, Merry Christmas.
Thank you for joining us in our attempt to escape reality for a while. See you next time.